What's going on, my fellow boxing junkies, addicts, and fiends? You know who it is. Your boy on Instagram, Big Will Steele, holding it down like only Big Will Steele can, you know what I mean? So family, we decided to try, like I said before, if you were listening, we try to do something kind of different and bring our crowd from Facebook onto IG, because we can't even front. IG is what's popping right now, and we wanted to get our fellow viewers, people that support us, to come in and tune in with us live. Like we're talking boxing live. We get to see your face. We get to find out where you're from, who your favorite fighter is, and other questions that you can answer for us to see where you stand in this boxing game. So we're gonna try something new. I want to see. Daniel, yo, you're the first and only person in here, man. Yo, you know me. I'll end it real quick and get over to Facebook. Hi Daniel. How you doing? I'll stay talking to you. So, a couple things that I want to talk about as people is about Canelo Alvarez, who he might be in the ring in September. There's a lot of talk, a lot of rumors that he's taking a pay cut because of this coronavirus, the COVID-19. There's not enough money in the bank, so he's taking a pay cut. So he's expecting his opponent, whoever that may be, whoever comes to the table and gives a good offer. I'm nothing outrageous. And $8 million. I want $8 million. If you don't take it, if you don't give it to me, I'm not fighting to you. So Canelo's not taking anybody like that. If Canelo's gonna take a pay cut, he's expecting his opponent to take a pay cut. But they're slowly dropping off like flies. So there's an agreement in place for Jamal Charlo to put his WBC middleweight title on the line versus Sergey I can't even pronounce his name. I've been trying for so long. I want to say Dervinchenko. I think that I want to. If I'm mispronouncing his name, I'm sorry. I apologize. I will continue to practice it. But okay, so those two are supposed to fight. Billy Joe Saunders a week ago, or even 2 weeks ago, said, no, Canelo Alvarez is not getting me with that trick. He's had over 2 months, over 3 months to train, and he said no. He pulled his name out of the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes. We still have Callum Smith from the UK. There's other notable fighters that also want a shot at Canelo Alvarez for any amount of money. I heard there's Willie Monroe Jr., who twice he twice fought for the junior middleweight championship, lost to Billy Joe Saunders, and lost to Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. He's on the short list. They're talking about Torino Johnson from the Bahamas, and they're talking about Quigley from Ireland. They both fought each other. And Torino Johnson pulled off the upset. So they're also in the running. I don't know who Canelo Alvarez is going to face. All I can say is he's going to knock out whoever it is at 60, at 68, 75. I don't think Canelo Alvarez will be moving back up to 175 pounds. He will still make his mark at 168 pounds. So look, we got a few people in here. Now, I see very, very notable artist, my man, Killian Art, man. If you guys don't know who this gentleman is, you need to follow him on all his social media platforms. This man is a god in the painting world. He paints for the who's who of boxing. You name it, he has painted their portrait, a picture of them, a graceful moment that they had in the ring. He has done it all. We have Babyface William. What's going on, my brother from Brazil? Great fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have my beautiful, she's a radio personality, my sister, It's La Loca. Make sure you follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. I don't even want to get into it because this will be an entire new segment about me and my sister. Who else we have in here? Who else? Ladies and gentlemen, we have my brother from another mother, Latin Box Sports' very own Damon Gonzalez. Hey, remember, feel free if you want to come on live and talk to me. Just hit the button. I'm going to accept it. We're trying something new. We can't do the face-to-face on Facebook. So we're coming over to Instagram and trying a few new things. See how it works. see how people take it in, and then we'll just take it from there. If it works, we're going to continue talking boxing. Other notable news and notes, we have a rumored bout. Well, it's not rumored. We have a date that they're looking at. It's the super fight at 135 pounds. We have Vasily Lomachenko, unified lightweight world champion, putting all his titles on the line versus, this kid is a superstar in the making, Teofimo Lopez. What a tremendous matchup. If it goes off, this fight is a can't miss fight. Vasily Lomachenko, everyone knows about him. His amateur career, a stellar amateur career. 398 wins, 1 loss, and that 1 loss he avenged. Teofimo Lopez, in his last fight, beat world champion Richard Comey, a tough, very, very tough, aggressive, strong fighter. Teofimo Lopez obliterated him in 1 round. Tremendous performance. Hopefully we get this fight in October. Somehow, some way, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus, these fights are up in the air. Hopefully we'll get it in. But if not, I'm hoping 2020, early 2021. But there's a lot of fights. We can say the same thing about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in a trilogy. They have the new Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium on hold for that fight. Allegiant, is that the name of the stadium? Let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But they have that stadium on hold to see if they can make that fight happen in December. Now, if Tyson Fury, there's a lot of implications for that fight. If Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder, he's going into a super duper mega fight versus countryman Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua comes out victorious in his fight versus Kubrat Pulev. A lot of boxing news, man, but nothing is written in stone. Nothing is rock solid because of the coronavirus, man, which has just thrown everything up in the air for any type of sports. NBA, MLB, NHL, boxing, soccer, you name it. There's nothing that can happen right now because of the coronavirus. But we're going to still keep moving ahead little by little, see if it pulls off. Yo, is there anybody that wants to come on live? Killer Kels in the building. What's going on? You better say hi to Carmen and Kels. Hi, Carmen. How you doing? Killer Kels, what's going on? La Loca, F this is in here. Who? Funk this? Justin the comment. That's a great matchup. Tell him La Loca, Kels, Justin, join in and talk with my bro. Kels, yo, it's La Loca, will be fun. Justin, I'm at a family gathering. La Loca, step away, kid. La Loca, laugh out loud. Okay, they're going back at it, those two. Hi, Emily. I don't know what Emily. It's La Loca, dímelo, Tashi. Get it, Wilson, La Loca. Hey, Kels. Okay, y'all just going back and forth. But yo, if you guys don't know what I'm doing, what I'm about, you're very late, okay? This t-shirt you see right here, look, it's in all black. This is our logo. This is the team that I work for, Sidestepboxing. There's 4 of us. Me and my guy, Daniel Gonzalez from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, the attorney. Yes, that Daniel. It's me and him, and we have 2 other guys, 2 other friends. They pretty much started the whole sidestep movement, which is Daniel, same as Daniel, spelled the same and everything, and Brian, which are they're buddies. They've been knowing each other for quite some time. They brought me in and they brought Daniel in, and it's the 4 horsemen, man. We've been trying to push this for quite some time right now. We're getting movement in this game. So what my position is, obviously you see it. I talk boxing. Anything that has to do with the sport of boxing, any big matchups, any rumored matchups, we talk about it. We usually, since we're not the richest people in the world, we usually pay our way to different venues, different fights, and we get in there and check out the fights live. We interview the fighters, we talk to them, we get our name out there. You know how anything is. Anything that has to do with a business of your own. You got to go out there and put your name out there. That's what we're doing slowly but surely. It has been a remarkable journey with a lot of room to grow, and we still have a lot to work on, but it's slowly but surely coming on. While I'm still here, this is my first time on IG. So any questions you guys have, anybody that wants to come on live, feel free. Do not get nervous. This is nothing to be nervous about. If you like hearing me talk, good. Stay in here, chill, relax. If you want to come on live, ask me any questions about any fights. Even if you don't want to come on live, that's cool. That's fine. You can still ask me questions about other fights. So his brother, Jamel Charlo, will be fighting unified junior middleweight champion of the world, Dominican Republic's own Jerson Rosario. That is also a big fight that hasn't been announced yet, but I know the inside workings, people that work with him. There's a deal already in place, signed for that fight to happen. That one's going to be a tremendous fight. But like I said before, it's very, very difficult. Stop talking about that and answer people will. Okay, what is it? Okay, Sean Black. Tyson Fury possibly getting WWE title fight at WrestleMania. Any truth to that? Sean, I'm going to have to thank you first of all for asking me that question. Anything that has to do with WWE, I don't know. I'm not even going to front. The WWE world, which I grew up WWF watching, it's an amazing thing. But Tyson Fury has a lot of work to do in the boxing ring. So I don't think that there's any truth to that. He has a fight with Deontay Wilder at the end of the year, which most likely, I want to say 80-20 in favor of Tyson Fury. I'm leaning towards him, and I'm going to get into that fight a little bit later. But that being said, he has a fight with with Deontay Wilder. If he gets past Deontay Wilder, then he has a 2-fight deal with Anthony Joshua that will most likely take up all of 2021. And not even to speak of his mandatories. There's so many mandatories in the way for him that he has to fight. But once you put a fight of that magnitude with him and Anthony Joshua, it supersedes everything. So that fight is Deontay Wilder and then Tyson, and then Anthony Joshua in 2021 twice. B-Love, que lo que, it's La Loca. Tyson Fury will be hella great on, look, that guy's, Sharon, La Loca. His freaking backstory is amazing. If you guys never heard of Tyson Fury, Google him, YouTube him. This man was at one time, he's on top of the world right now, but even before that, he beat Vladimir Klitschko, a guy that hadn't lost in a very, very, very long time. Tyson Fury came and dethroned them. After that fight, he became an addict, started drinking very heavily, started doing drugs, lost his mind, depressed, was suicidal, gave up boxing, ballooned up to 300 and I want to say 75, 80 pounds. And then all of a sudden, I guess it was divine intervention. He's very, very religious. They call him the Gypsy King. A line of family members. They're all bare knuckle fighters. They're all in that family realm of fighting. They love to fight. Tyson Fury being the best of all of them. So now he found himself, came back, had 2 warm-up fights. His story is out there. People gravitated to him. They love him. He's 6'9", his accent, the way he talks, the way he expresses himself, the love he has for the sport is tremendous. Then he took 2 very, very easy fights. When I say very, very easy fights, and I don't want to disrespect any fighter because I respect any fighter that dares to get in the ring. But Tyson Fury was way, way better than them. And just showed his talents, but they weren't at the level of Tyson Fury. So he decided, okay, I'm taking a fight with Deontay Wilder. This is the very first fight. If you guys already saw the fight, you know what I'm talking about. He pulled out a draw. He got dropped twice. Got back up, ended up winning every round besides the ones he got dropped. Then in the second fight, the man says he changed trainers, changed his whole corner and says, look, I'm knocking out Deontay Wilder. Okay, I'm walking him down and I'm knocking him out. Everything that man said, word for word, he did in the second fight. Guess what? He ended up stopping Deontay Wilder. Now they're going to the third fight. This man right now is the highest paid athlete or boxer in the world. Yes, surpassing Canelo Alvarez. Any boxer, Anthony Joshua. This man is making big money. If you don't know about him, YouTube his fights. Read his story. It's a tremendous story. This man, and they're asking WWE because he already performed for the WWE, and people want to see him back. This man can't lose. He's on top of the world right now. He's just cashing checks from all over the place. Let me see. Okay, Sean, any truth? Okay, I read that one. Another Fury Wilder fight? Yes. What is that? Rule 3? Yes, there is another fight. So you might be disappointed. But this agreement was signed way before the smashing that Tyson Fury gave Deontay Wilder in the second fight. This was already written in the contract. Whatever happens, there's going to be a third fight. So they're just going with the contract, and there's going to be a third fight. A lot of people do not want to see the fight, but there's a lot that do want to see the fight. I want to see there's more that want to see the fight that don't want to see the fight because of... And remember, I'm just catching up for the people that don't know. So Deontay Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world. So if you don't know, and you might laugh, okay, so I need you to go and watch the second fight. Deontay Wilder came out with a costume that cost him $40,000. A costume. This was a costume. I'm talking about the eyes lit up. It was extremely nice, very expensive. So I'm telling you this so you can understand the backdrop, the craziness that's going on. So Deontay Wilder walked into the ring with a $40,000 outfit. He got stopped, got smacked around, got dropped, I want to say 4 or 5 times, bleeding from the ear. Okay, so post-fight, I'm talking about 2 or 3 days after the fight, his excuse for losing that bout was because his legs were too weak. And I'm not playing. Anybody that knows boxing, everyone knows this is coming from the horse's mouth. This is not Sidestepboxing or yours truly, Big Will, saying this. He said his legs were weak because of how heavy the costume was. That's why he couldn't perform the... I try to say it with a serious... I'm sorry, because I like Deontay Wilder. I pretty much love Deontay Wilder. I love what he stands for. I love how he carried himself. But the excuse he gave because of his performance in the ring versus Tyson Fury is just laughable. So I'm laughing. But with that excuse, people want to see if that was for real because his legs were so weak. The reason why his legs were... He was all over the place. And the first thing I said was... a busted equilibrium. That's mostly what happens when a fighter loses his balance and can't stand up straight. Like the wind will just blow him and he'll just fall. So I'm like, a busted eardrum. And he just said, no, it was the costume. Mind you, he trains with a vest on that weighs the same or even more than what the costume weighed. But that was his excuse. So that's why we're going into a third fight, which was in the contract, and his excuse. It's just straight craziness, but it's boxing. So Anthony Joshua is a contender now. Anthony Joshua is the unified heavyweight champion of the world. He's the man. Well, it's Tyson Fury, then Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. Obviously, you don't have to agree with me, but that's the way I see it. Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, and in the rematch, beat him by unanimous decision. So he is the unified heavyweight champion of the world, for whatever you want to take it. But everyone sees Tyson Fury as the man. Sean, I remember hearing about that Fury-Klitschko fight. He's definitely no joke. What makes Tyson Fury so special, this man is 6'9". He's not built like an Adonis, like very chiseled, six-pack. A lot of people criticize him because they say he's sloppy, okay? His body is sloppy. It's not like an Evander Holyfield or even a Muhammad Ali. When someone's in shape, you see that body cut up. You can tell it's defined. Tyson Fury's not like that, but he moves like a lightweight. The man's upper body movement, his head movement, it's like a lightweight. I want to say either a lightweight, a junior middleweight, even a middleweight. The way he moves, the way he's so fluid in the ring, it's just this thing. He's not the biggest puncher in the world, but after his last fight with Deontay Wilder, where he showed his power, he showed pressure, he showed a great chin. Tyson Fury is a total package. So if you haven't yet seen this man fight, you need to check him out. V, love y'all chicken. Okay. Everybody is in here for Sharon, okay? Sharon, you take it. Hey, Sharon, go somewhere, all right? Let me talk my boxing. My bro is talking boxing. My bro is walking boxing Bible. Well, I wouldn't take it like that, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you, Sharon. Daniel, you can easily submit requests to join Will at Sidestepboxing to talk boxing live. You heard it from the one and only Daniel. We'll just say 3. Fury is a boxer fighter. Wilder seems more like just a brawler, and brawler that don't knock you out can lose the longer the fight goes on. 3, very, very great point. And this is the issue that I'm having with Deontay Wilder. As highly, you see, I admire Deontay Wilder, okay? Very short, limited amateur career. What he has done in the heavyweight division, brought it back to life. Because everyone you ask on the street, who's the heavyweight champion of the world? They don't even know. Even when the Klitschko's were reigning the heavyweight division, nobody knew. Deontay Wilder came, bomb squad. Okay, you guys already know I did go a little crazy, but you know what I'm talking about. He's very loud, very vocal, very powerful. That's what everybody loves in the heavyweight division. Knockouts. That's what Deontay Wilder brings to the table. 42 fights. He has 41, 41 knockouts with that one blemish, okay? 42 fights. 41 of them have been by knockout that he's been victorious. So a lot of people have been gravitating to him, loved him. Some people don't, okay? Because they say he's a big mouth. So that being said, my issue with Deontay Wilder is he's got away so many times with just landing that big right hand. Because Deontay Wilder, when I saw him in the amateurs, I said, this man's right hand is amazing. It translated into the professional ranks, which made him a lot of money. This right hand made him a lot of money. And he's continued to win. But now what happens when a guy takes your right hand away, can take your best shot, is much taller, much heavier than you, and a better boxer, which is Tyson Fury, who I'm talking about, is what happens in the first fight and in the second fight where he got dismantled. I need Deontay Wilder, and this is where he lost me. Deontay Wilder said, Tyson Fury can't punch. He can't crack an egg. This man cannot knock me out. So if I'm a fighter, okay, first of all, I know I have to sell the fight. So I'm going to say whatever I have to say to dig into people's pockets, okay? That's the first thing I'm going to do. After that, I'm going to say facts. This guy can't hurt me. So if I say you can't hurt me, I'm going to stand in the middle of the ring. I'm going to try to outbox you because the name of the game is hit and don't be hit. I'm going to try to land that right hand. But if I don't, I'm going to try to bang it out with you. We're going to stay in the middle of the ring. This man was like a deer in headlights. Did not stay there to fight. If you say a guy can't knock you out, that means he has no power. That means he can't hurt you. So why are you worried? Why are you moving around the ring? So just stay right there. Plant yourself right there. Try to hit him with that jab. Try to get him off balance. Try to land that right hand. He did none of that. But then his excuse was the costume was too heavy. My legs were weak. I couldn't perform the way I wanted to perform. So that's why a lot of people, not me, want to see the third fight. It's going to happen. I want to see how Deontay Wilder is going to perform in the third fight. Sean, yeah, it was something straight out of wrestling. Laugh out loud. I believe it weighed about 40 pounds. You're correct, Sean. He said it weighed 40 pounds. Fighters do squats all day. They know their legs. Anybody knows your legs are the strongest part of your body. You know they're going to have to keep you up, especially with a guy that's so much heavier than you. Deontay Wilder is top heavy. His legs are not the thickest in the world, okay? So I know they trained. And this is another issue I'm having with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Well, more with Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury, I don't have no issues. his training camp, his trainer, he changed trainers, like I said before. They changed the game plan. They said, okay, first fight, we're going to try to box. They saw it didn't work. They said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pressure the puncher and make him fight off his back foot. We're going to push him. And that's what they did, and Deontay Wilder wasn't ready. Deontay Wilder does not want to change trainers or change the people that got him to the position that he's at right now. And Mark Breland, if you guys know anything, is one of the greatest amateur USA representative in the Olympics in USA history. He has him in his corner, brought him a long way. He has another trainer that started Deontay Wilder, but Mark Breland, having the knowledge he has in the sport of boxing, has worked with Deontay Wilder constantly and brought him to the position he's at right now. Now, can they get him any further? We're going to have to see when he decides, when they get in the ring again for the third fight, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Sean, I mean, as a boxer, you'll definitely know better than that, and maybe you could answer, don't you train with more than 40 pounds on your legs? Sean, absolute. Yo, look, first of all, Sean, when I look, when you train, look, you jump rope, okay? Then you run long distances. I want to say mostly run 4 miles a day. Some days one day they'll take it, run 8, run 10 miles, who knows? Then on top of that, you do squats, you lift, okay? You jump rope, like I said before, you run sprints. All this builds up your legs, man. I really don't. Look, a lot of people say, and I'll even say it myself. That did not look like the Deontay Wilder that I'm accustomed to watching in the ring. He's very, very energetic. Like, I'm ready to go. And he's like looking for that right hand so he can blow your head off. But that's not the Deontay. But I don't think it was the costume. The costume was off the hook. You guys got to go see this costume. My first post when he walked out was like, wow, that costume is amazing. But then don't blame it on the costume. That costume, 40,000, whatever. Yeah, it was like $40,000, weighed 40 pounds, and that was his first loss. He lost to the costume. That's what he's saying. So let's see what a lot of people want to see the third fight for that reason, to see if it was like, damn, for real, your legs were that messed up. Let's see how you perform in the third fight. Sean, thank you for the answer. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Hey, we just trying to get in. Sean, my man Sean Bradley came over from Facebook. Man, I finally caught up with you. How's it going, bro? Yo, this coronavirus, it's just crazy, man. It's absolutely absurd. 3, Joshua is a cupcake. So a lot of people, and I have to show Anthony Joshua respect. Look, he's from the UK. Deontay Wilder is from here, homegrown, born and raised in Alabama. He's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You might disagree with me, but I think the Americans love Anthony Joshua more than they do Deontay Wilder, as crazy as this might sound. And Deontay Wilder is from America. Anthony Joshua has the beats. You know, if you don't know who Anthony Joshua, and I have to say this because I don't know who's in the building right now, so you might not know who I'm talking about. Anthony Joshua is a very chiseled, handsome, heavyweight boxer, okay? When I mean this man is jacked, I mean, you might think he's a professional bodybuilder. That might have cost him the first fight against Andy Ruiz, and him fighting in New York for the first time. You know, the lights got to him. There's special fighters. You can put them in the ring in anywhere on planet Earth in front of millions and millions of people, and they'll perform like they have to. Anthony Joshua, you want to see a look on a fighter that says, excuse my language, oh shit. It's the look you have to see Anthony Joshua when they were not calling him into the ring, when they were announcing him. His arms were on the ropes. This man looked like, damn, he'll get me out of this ring ASAP. But a lot of people don't believe in Anthony Joshua yet. They say he has a suspect chin and he got no heart. That's what they're saying against Anthony Joshua. I like Anthony Joshua. Now he's going to have to face the man, his countrymen, in front of easily in Wembley Stadium or O2, 100,000 people, if not more, if they don't have it in another country. This fight, if the coronavirus doesn't mess it up, this is going to be the biggest heavyweight matchup in obviously in UK history, and it can easily go down as the biggest number-wise, money-wise in all of boxing history. Sean, what are your thoughts on Wilder taking this fight a little bit when serious and definitely an impossible win for Wilder? What are your thoughts? Look, Sean, I'm going to be 100%, honest with you. I do not see Deontay Wilder winning the third fight. I don't see it. And look. I know they're fighting with itty-bitty 10-ounce gloves. I know that. This is the heavyweight division. I know we're in a sport that anything can happen. They can touch you in a perfect spot and you're short-circuited. You go out. You're knocked out. But Tyson Fury, in my opinion, is going to implement the same game plan they did in the second fight. Now, that's fine. Deontay Wilder knows that. Deontay Wilder cannot fight on the inside. He cannot keep his shots short. Obviously, when you're in distance, you can blind them with the jab and then sneak them with the right hand. And they don't see that. He gets that leverage because he has that perfect right hand. Like I said, he gets that leverage. But what happens when Tyson Fury gets him on the inside? He's going to smother him. And Deontay Wilder doesn't know how to wrestle. You got to learn how to wrestle in there, man. You got to create openings, touch. He wants to throw everything real big. Get that leverage so you can knock him out. Tyson Fury has a great chin. Deontay caught him twice in the first fight, dropped him. And Tyson Fury got back up and pulled out a draw. So you might disagree with me, which is perfectly fine. This is why we talk boxing. I see Tyson Fury doing the same exact thing, if not worse, in the third fight. And it hurts me to say this because Deontay Wilder, I'm going to have to throw up the American flag, man. Dude is from Alabama, homegrown, raised, man. Putting United States heavyweight division on the map. But it's just Tyson Fury is just that much superior, in my opinion, than Deontay Wilder. 3, true, he did bring back the heavyweight division back to the prime time. Heavyweight divisions are the homer hitters of boxing. Hey, that's the glamour division. The heavyweight division, that makes the big bucks. They make the big money. That's what people come to see. They will come to see heavyweights knock each other out. This is no boxing. There's too much weight. And the gloves, my neighbor, and the gloves are too small. So we pay that big money is to see knockouts. Brian, what up? Will 3, Breland was a beast. See, I like 3. 3, you know your box. Mark Breland was tall, lanky. Those are the type of fighters I like. The tall, lanky ones, the Tommy Hearns, the Arlesis Arguellos. Those are the fighters that I like, man. Man, yo, I can't believe nobody wants to come in. Everybody is scared. What is going on? Hey La Loca, he's a historian. Man, no, look, guys, if you don't know my background, first of all, I gotta represent my hometown of Perth Amboy, New Jersey. That's where I'm born and raised, Perth Amboy, New Jersey. That being said, anyone that knows me, I was not a fighter. Not at all. Not one bit. So when I moved to Florida, I gave a basketball. I said, nah, I don't want to do basketball no more because that was my addiction. Growing up in New Jersey, you know how it is up there. New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Delaware, whatever. It's basketball. Basketball. I was playing basketball all the time, all day, every day. So I moved to Florida. I didn't want to play basketball anymore, but I wanted to stay in shape and I wanted to get into a sport. So I'm there watching boxing one day with my dad, which if you guys know my dad, this man has been a lifelong boxing fanatic since I can remember. So I'm there like, man, I want to join boxing. And I tell my dad, he's like, all right, cool, sign up. And that changed my life forever, man. Boxing, I'm an ambassador. I love. When I tell you I'm addicted to the sport of boxing. I can't even tell you. I can't even put the words together to tell you the addiction I have towards the sweet science, amazing sport, has taught me so much. Has taught me so much. Yeah, I'm proud of him. Loga German. 3, I agree. Sean, I understand Wilder wants to be loyal to the people that got him there, but if they can't get him over this hump, he needs to hire a new trainer. Somebody like Freddie Roach, coach him. Could teach him to box. Sean, I totally agree with you. But remember, once again, like I said before, we're talking about Mark Breland. We're not just talking about a dude off the street that decided to become a trainer. This man was the hierarchy of the USA amateur program, and professional did his thing also. Mark Breland we're talking about. So I understand. I don't know what's going on in that training camp or what they're teaching him, but it's just not enough to compete with the boxers. Okay, I want to say, because he also had a hard time with Luis King Kong Ortiz before he hit him with that right hand and got him out of there. It's just Deontay is looking for that right hand. He fell in love with that right hand. He doesn't want to talk about anything else or do anything else. He doesn't want to jab. He doesn't want to hug. He just wants to land that right hand. But that's okay. That's okay if you want to land that right hand. But you got to set it up. Once you get to that level, and I'm not talking like I've been at that level, that A+ level, that A++ elite superior level. I'm not saying that. But when you get to that A elite level, we'll call it elite level. They're just as good as you. They're just as powerful as you. They're just as fast as you. They have the fortitude, the mental stability to hang for 12 rounds, give and take, set up a game plan. This doesn't work, I'm going to plan B. If plan B doesn't work, I'm going to plan C. I'm setting up traps. I'm doing this. I'm doing that because I have 12 rounds to work with. That's what I don't know if Deontay Wilder is capable of doing that. I have to see in the third fight what game plan they're going to come out with, okay? Are they going to try to box Tyson Fury, or are they going to try to slug it out, and if you knock me out, you're the better man? I don't know. That's the first thing I want to see. What the 4 rounds are, what's going to happen in the first 4 rounds of the fight. I have to see, because Tyson Fury, his team, his camp, they made adjustments. Deontay Wilder didn't. That's the name of the game. And Deontay Wilder walked in with a 40-pound outfit on that made him lose the fight. 3, Wilder's arrogance makes him unappealing. Damn. 3, I don't even know what to say to that. Okay. I really don't think Wilder's arrogant, man. And, you're entitled to your opinion, and I respect it wholeheartedly. I just don't think, look, this man, I had the opportunity of talking to Deontay Wilder on a phone. He doesn't know who the heck I am. This man picked up the phone and we started talking. He was yelling, "Bomb Squad." He loves people to come up to him, take pictures. He loves to talk boxing. He's always smiling, always has a grin on his face. I don't know if he's arrogant. The way he talks, what turned a lot of people off is when Deontay Wilder says, and I don't want to turn people off that don't know about Deontay Wilder, but I'm going to tell you what he did that turned him off. He said he wanted to kill somebody in the boxing ring. That's a no-no. You can, even if you want to, even if you're just dreaming of killing somebody in the boxing ring, you cannot say it. So that was strike 10 for him. He went from 0 to strike 10 when he said that. He said he wanted to catch a body. Those were his exact words. He wanted to catch a body. And that's a no-no. That's a no-no. So if you didn't like Deontay Wilder before, you didn't know about him, don't listen to what I said. It's something he said that I don't know if he regrets, because he said it again. Like, yo, I want to catch a body. And a lot of people just like, no, this guy is disgusting. That's something you cannot say in the boxing community, even though the boxing community is so small. Doesn't matter if you're what religion, whatever you believe in, you cannot say that. And Deontay Wilder did, and a lot of people turned off to him. Like, nah, I don't like it. 3, Sean Bradley, you are right. Freddie Roach is great in any corner. So there's a lot of trainers. Look, my favorite trainer. He does not get his just due. And this man has been a star in all levels of boxing. And I'm talking about Ronnie Shields. This is my favorite trainer that everyone talks about the Freddie Roaches of the world, the Abel Sanchez because he had Triple G, even Eddie Reynoso, Canelo, Virgil Hunter, Mikey Garcia's brother. These are all great trainers. But to me, he's been in the game so long. He was a great amateur. Is Ronnie Shields, man. Ronnie Shields does not get his just due. I think he can do big things with Deontay Wilder if given the opportunity. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think Ronnie Shields is a hell of a trainer. I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me or not. Freddie Roach, met him, I want to say 2 or 3 times when I went to his gym out in California. Tremendous guy, willing to talk to anybody. You can pick his brain. He's willing to explain things to you. I love Freddie Roach. I met Ronnie Shields, like I said before. Eddie Reynoso, I didn't meet. I met his father. I didn't meet the son. A lot of trainers, but to me, Ronnie Shields is the creme de la creme. He's on top of the training class. 3, he's a brawler. He doesn't know the inside game yet. 3, but look, if you're gonna be a brawler, you have to know the inside game. Matter of fact, not even if you're a brawler, if you're a fighter that loves this sport, that dedicates mind, body, and soul to this sport, you gotta know how to fight on the outside, mid-range, on the inside. Everything. You gotta know, the elites. And I'm talking about my favorite fighter, Floyd Mayweather, okay? Hate him if you want to. Floyd, wherever you want to fight Floyd at, he'll fight you. In the pocket. Mostly it's boxing. Yes, I know. I'm going to agree with anyone that says. But Floyd will fight you wherever. He'll outbox you. He'll make you miss, make you pay. He'll fight you on the inside counter and go. Those are the fighters. Canelo Alvarez right now. Floyd is already retired. Canelo Alvarez lost to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was a teacher in that. But Canelo learned from Floyd, hey, I got to be an all-around fighter. This is not just me looking pretty, not wanting to get hit. If I got to get dirty, that means I got to get dirty. I got to get in the pocket, you know? And it's only cheating if you get caught. And when I say cheating, I mean hitting low, hitting in the hip, getting away with different things, holding, putting your weight on somebody, doing whatever you got to do to get that victory. You know, they say an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. And I agree 100%. 3, wow, Alexis Arguello, beast. Sean, any truth to the rumors that Iron Mike Tyson is possibly training for a comeback or to take a couple of fights? Sean, I'm going to first of all send you an air hug, all right? That's crazy. Your timing is perfect. Because I said your timing is perfect because I was just watching Max on Boxing. Max Kellerman, he has his own show on ESPN for like 30 minutes. He says, Mike Tyson, he said, he confirmed Mike Tyson is training and he wants to see Mike Tyson, but it's all about the matchmaking. Please don't throw him in there tough. So I'm guessing Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, they're coming back. Evander Holyfield is also training. Look, I love Mike Tyson, just like everyone else. I love Evander Holyfield, just like everyone else. I love James Toney, Lights Out Tony, just like everyone else. I do not want to see them in a real fight with no headgear. I'm sorry. My heart can't take it, man. As much as I love those 3 guys, put them in a headgear and put some heavier gloves and do it once or twice because, look, Mike Tyson, his second act is amazing. This man is making money hand over fist with his marijuana field and then his name, his persona, the love that they have for him. All he has to do is they were offering him $20 million to fight bare knuckle. Bare knuckle, $20 million. Tyson, you sign on the contract, we give you $20 million. Which one of us is going to get offered that type of money? People don't know us. But he's made a name for himself when he was younger. Right now, he can just pull and pick and choose whatever he wants, and he's going to make mad money. Mike Tyson, a legend, man, a living legend. Golly, that man, what he has done in his entire life, from where he came, what he's done in his life to where he's at right now is truly amazing. Shout outs to Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield and James Lights Out Tony if they all decide to fight. But I don't want to see a real fight. A lot of people are just talking crazy. Oh, Mike Tyson, knockout any heavyweight right now. Knock it off, man. Knock it off. Just stop, man. I can't look, as much as I respect anyone's opinion, that one I can't respect. Mike Tyson, I don't know if he knows it, but I think he'll get stopped ASAP by Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder been calling out. He said, Deontay Wilder's like, I'm better than Mike Tyson. Anthony Joshua, Chisora, freaking Dillian White, which he deserves a shot sooner or later. Sean, I don't think they will have a plan for Fury. In this situation, Wilder is a B fighter and Fury is an A+ fighter. Sean, it hurts for me to read that, but it's true. It's facts what you're saying, man. Deontay Wilder, hopefully he doesn't see this video because he's not going to be talking to me anytime soon. It's just, man, I gotta be truthful, man. I can't sugarcoat it. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Can he pull out a victory? It's slim, but yes, he can. He has that power that can end the fight at any moment. Do I see it happening? No. Pound for pound boxing club. Fury's jab was the difference in the second fight. Fury stepped. What was it? Fury stepped what? BES. Pound for pound, his jab. Man, look, I'm gonna piggyback on your comment. And let's see if you agree with me. It wasn't even it was the jab, it was the head movement, the pressure. Everything Tyson Fury did was on point. He did it at the right exact time. He would throw his punches at the exact time. He would smother Deontay Wilder at the right time. He would engage Deontay Wilder at the right time. It was just a bad night for Deontay Wilder all the way around. And even, I'll take it as far as and remember, obviously there's little snippets of their training camp. You can see Tyson Fury talking about, I don't care if you're ESPN, if ESPN and Top Rank is paying for this cameraman, you guys got to get out of here. Boxing is not a game. You got to get out of here. He would throw the camera people out. That's how serious he was. He would give them what they needed, and then after that, you got to get out. You got to get out. I got to train, and they would just cut it. No sparring, no mitt work, no nothing. You will see him talk, smile, lift weights, and that's it. Then we switch over to Deontay Wilder. This man is eating soul food, talking about we don't have to lose weight in the heavyweight division. This is why I love the heavyweight division. Laughing and joking and this and that. That right there, even though it's just snippets of what they're giving us in the totality of their training camp, you can just see the difference between Tyson Fury training, taking it serious, not taking any shortcuts. And I'm not saying Deontay Wilder is taking shortcuts, but you can see there was just too much confidence, too much laughter, too much enjoyment for a fight of that magnitude between Fury and Wilder. I just want to see what's going to happen in the third fight if it happens. If Deontay Wilder wins, then guess what? I don't know about boxing, and I'll be eating crow for the next 6 months because I know each and every one of you is going to remind me. Sean, not only is Fury a better boxer, I think Wilder is afraid of Fury. His body language in the second fight said it all. Sean, thumbs up, man. Thumbs up. That was not the Deontay Wilder. That was not the Deontay Wilder I've seen for 20 to 30 to 35 fights. That was not the Deontay Wilder, man. Tyson Fury. This is crazy. Between the ears, the brain. I think he rented room in there, man. Deontay Wilder, and remember, I'm no psychologist. I'm not a brain guy. I think Deontay overthought it, man. He was thinking too much, and just, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of things happen. I'm not putting any excuses. I'm not taking anything away from Tyson Fury. Tremendous fight, tremendous fighter. Did everything he had to do to pull out the victory. And the fashion he did was truly amazing. But Deontay Wilder, that wasn't the Deontay Wilder I'm used to watching. No way. Invictus, how is that different from Tyson saying about Ruddock, if he doesn't die, it doesn't count? Yo, look, everybody takes something different. The way he said it, people just didn't like it, man. First of all, he says he's better than Mike Tyson, which I have no issues with. Floyd said he's better than Sugar Ray Leonard and Manny Pacquiao and everybody that came before him. He's the greatest, pound for pound, TBE, the best ever. Some people take things different. That was a great. That's a great point you made. But this day and time, everybody thought Mike Tyson was crazy and okay, this guy is just mentally ill. And sorry for anyone that's, you know what I'm saying, going through any issues mentally, but it just, they thought Mike Tyson was like crazy, like this guy belonged in a loony bin. Deontay Wilder, people don't think that of him. They just think he's disgusting, the way he talks. He don't know how to express himself. He doesn't know how to talk correctly. And people got drawn away. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. 3, think about it. He's always looking for the big punch, and he lives on that. No inside work. Look, he's going to have to fight on the inside. Tyson Fury is going to implement the... Look, his Emmanuel Stewart's nephew, I can't remember his name. Jesus. Tyson Fury wanted to go to him because the crunk style is, you know what I'm saying, smooth, knock him out. Get the knockouts. Tyson Fury wanted to get the knockout. So he went Sugar Hill. There you go, Sugar Hill. He went to Emmanuel Stewart, the great Emmanuel Stewart. He went to his nephew. I want the crunk style. They worked even before all this happened. And he accomplished what he was set out to do, was to stop Deontay Wilder. Let's see what happens. Deontay Wilder's going to have to fight on the inside. There is no question. At any point in the fight game, they're going to have to take it into the inside. And Deontay Wilder, we're going to have to see what bend his knees. He's going to have to do something. So are they changing that up in the training camp? We'll soon find out. Oh my, Mark, man, I called you because I wanted to interview you, but you didn't pick up the phone. We have undefeated welterweight sensation Mark Reyes Jr. I always mess up his record. He's 12-0, 10 by knockout, signed to Lou DiBella. All right, Power Man. Everybody know who Lou DiBella is. He signed to Lou DiBella. He would have gotten his fight real soon, but with this coronavirus, he's on the shelf like a lot of fighters. But we do have Mark Reyes Jr. Anybody that wants to follow him, great guy. I'm not just saying this because he'll knock me out if we get in the ring or they paid me. Dude is a great guy. Father of 2. Mark, what up? Sean, laughing. Is a logo. I love the Tyson podcast. Oh yeah, that podcast is good. 3, Holyfield is super slow now. Tyson looks like he can at least go a few rounds. Yeah, I mean, man, hey, Holyfield stood in the game way longer than Tyson did. Took way more punishment. I don't know. Holyfield's gonna do it, man. The man loves boxing. That's it. He's gonna end up. He's a boxing lifer. He wants to stay in there fighting until he's 70, 80 years old. He doesn't even care. That MRJ go live with Will, submit a request. All grown up Sean. Yo, I will fight Mike Tyson bare knuckle, and the entire time I will be trying to bite his ear before he knocks me out, which I'm sure he will do quickly. Sean, hey, you're more man than I am. I'm not going in there for hold on, man. Will, would you fight Mike Tyson for $4 million? Hell yeah. Like, man, hey, I'll be a great actor. All he has to do is just go like this, and you'll see me like, whew, I'll take that $1 million. Let's make it happen. Sean, are there any big fights coming up? Welterweight, bantamweight, light heavyweight? Man, Sean, so I don't know if you were on earlier. There's a lot of fights. I can be here all night telling you about fights that are agreed upon or rumored, but nothing. Look, with this bubble and Top Rank already started at 8 o'clock. with the bubble, these companies aren't getting the gate money. So they're cutting people's purses. Fighters' purses, excuse me. Boxers, some of them, okay, I'll take lesser money, but this is for the lower level tier fighters. They'll take a pay cut. But these big time fighters, Canelo's taking a pay cut, but how much is he really taking of a pay cut? If he makes 30, we'll say 40 million, just an example, 40 million. I'll take give me 35 or give me 30 million, which it might even be more than, less than that. But still, he's not taking a big cut. These fighters are going to get an opportunity at Canelo Alvarez, a fight that would generate them, let's say, 10 to 11 million. I'm just pulling numbers out the sky. 10 to 11 million. Now they're probably getting $1.5 million, 2 million, which is still good, but they're losing substantially more. They're getting a shot at Canelo, but the money not there. For a couple of $1 million, ding, ding, ding. Sean, for real. Mark, Will, you didn't call me. You might have called my dad. Same name. I am packing as we speak, leaving to Jersey tomorrow early morning. Whoa, Mark, hold on. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. So, Mark, if you can see my phone, let me see. It says missed call. Right there at 7:07, it says Mark Reyes Jr. 7:07. I called you at 7:07, and you didn't pick up the phone. I'm getting old, but I'm not getting that old. I can tell the difference. I can get the difference between Mark Reyes Sr. and Mark Reyes Jr. Oh, stop showing. No, I didn't show any numbers. Sharon has the name. Sean, what's kind of drugs is Thurman on? He really told Spence to fight him or leave the division. He's trying to get a big payday and walk away from boxing, huh? So, Sean, okay, first of all, I'm going to say Keith Thurman is from Clearwater, Florida. Sidestepboxing is based out of Tampa, Florida. That's a stone throw away. Why I'm saying that is because we're not going to talk too much about Keith Thurman, because what Keith Thurman does is good for Florida, is good for Sidestepboxing, and we don't want to burn them bridges. He made the call out to Errol Spence. A lot of people have been clamoring for that fight between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. Obviously, everybody knows what happened to Errol Spence. And then Keith Thurman is just coming off a loss to living legend, ring icon, will go down as one of the greatest boxers of all time, Manny Pacquiao. Okay? So for him to call out Errol Spence, knowing that Errol Spence has probably a fight against Danny Garcia coming up, and he said either fight him or get out of the division, it's social media war. There's not much I can say. I don't know why he picked this day, this time, and said what he said to call out Errol Spence. It just, I don't know. A lot of people will be like, no. But I remember Julian J. Rock Williams. He says, yo, us boxers, we get one loss, and you guys write us off. So I'm guessing Keith Thurman got his stuff in order, and he wants to take another shot and it be against Errol Spence. I guess. That's what I'm saying. Sean, I got you. MRJ, my last four number is 0868. My dad is I didn't get a call. My bad, bro. That's cool. That it happens, man. We're gonna have to get you an interview. Sean, I think Spence is still laughing about it. He said, my man. That's another fight that we could be talking about. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia should be coming up. Well, I have a minute and 20 seconds remaining. Any other questions? I really want to thank you guys. This is the first time we tried it. I just want to thank anybody that tuned in. I appreciate it. Sharon, thank you for the support. Daniel and Brian were here. Mark Reyes, we're going to get him. He's going to be our first interview. So when he gets, he's relaxed off the plane and he gives us some time, Mark Reyes will be our first interview here on Sidestepboxing Instagram. So we're going to talk to him, see how he's keeping up with this coronavirus, where his career is going, and other things. But remember, Check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Obviously, we're at a standstill because there's only so much we can talk about that's not being repetitive in the boxing world. A lot of fights are being rumored, are being talked about, but with the coronavirus and promoters not getting gate money and this and that, who knows what's going to happen, man. I'm telling you, look, Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, Teofimo Lopez, Vasily Lomachenko, Javante still has a date, needs to have a date. Errol Spence, the Charlo brothers, Triple G, man, all day, every day. I'm out of here, man. The Green Eye Bandit, I can't stand it no more. Peace.